Hello, everyone. Going to wait a few minutes, or not a few minutes, a few seconds, just to see who's going to join us. And hey, you're the first, you're the second, you're the third. Nice to see you people, all you beautiful people. Mwah! I'm so glad to be a part of this community and share in this unique adventure we're on. Our own spirituality, being spiritually independent, but finding other people who get it and who support us and love us, and they're not going to judge us and criticize us or correct us. And I think it's just awesome. And I'm so glad to be a part of it. And I'm glad you are too, because you are helping to make it happen. You know, it's not any one person. I'm not your guru. You know, we're in this together, and we're just sort of affirming and validating and supporting one another. And that's what's so cool about it. So if you have any questions about deconstruction, which I'm talking about today, which is the questioning of our beliefs or the introduction of doubt into our spiritual lives, or maybe even feeling like we're losing our faith or we're leaving the church and all that. So that's deconstruction in a nutshell. It's basically the erosion of the beliefs we once held dear, and they've come into question. So one of the things you need to get about me, this is one of the things you need to get about. Hi, everybody waving. Love you all. You know what? I really love seeing your faces. I love seeing you. It's so cool, especially during this pandemic where we're kind of stuck inside. I'm in Canada, so we're pretty good, or we're all right here where I'm in Canada. But it's so good to connect online and be with you all, and to see your beautiful faces and your stories and your posts. It's just so encouraging to me, and I feel so lucky to have so many beautiful friends. So thank you so much. Wave back to everybody. So here's what I want to talk about. This is so important. You need to get this about me. Is people don't know where to put me. They don't know whether I'm a believer or an atheist or an agnostic or a Christian or a non-Christian or a friend of the church or an enemy of the church. And you know what? That's the way I want it, because nobody owns my soul. Nobody owns me. Nobody gets to put their label on me, right? So and it's not because I'm just rebellious and I refuse to wear a label. It's because I believe we're all one. I'm serious about this. I believe we're all one, deeply connected at a fundamental level, and that all these words, all this language, all these descriptors, all these labels are just all attempts to explain the mystery we're living in, the one mystery we're living in, the one reality. I say this all the time. There's one reality. There are many interpretations, but one reality. And so all these interpretations, all these explanations, all these ideas, all these languages, all these books are just installments on the one reality, the one reality. And I'm serious about that. That's why I don't say I'm a Christian only, because we're all connected. It's just, those are just words. They're just words that we use to lock ourselves into tribes or camps or cliques or clubs or, you know, religions or whatever, that may attempt to separate us and divide us. I believe we're all one. This overwhelming vision that I have of our oneness subsumes all descriptions, all attempts to explain this one reality get a seat at the table, unless they hurt people, okay? That's the one thing. If they are harmful, hateful, hurtful, they're not allowed. We need to question that, right? We need to question your idea of what it means to be spiritual if it hurts people. That, to me, is fundamental in my endeavors. You know, part of our spiritual growth, hi, Winchester, part of our spiritual growth, we may begin in black and white ideas, very doctrinal, statements. This is true, this is not true. This is right, this is not right. This is holy, this is not holy. This is righteous, this is not righteous. Sort of that black and white thinking, that yes or no thinking, that either or thinking. It's very dualistic and it's very binary, right? There's just two. There either is a God or there isn't a God. There is a heaven or there isn't. There's a hell or there's not. Jesus is the way or he's not, right? That's very black and white, very either or, very, I've said this before, binary and dualistic. The way I see things is we need to transcend, not reject. I don't reject my roots. I don't reject the way I grew up in Christianity or the church. Hey, Brazil, love to Brazil. So many fans in Brazil. Hey, Manitoba, Canada, yeah. Good to see you. I don't reject my roots. Sorry, I'm gonna, say hi to people once in a while. I don't reject my roots because I wouldn't be who I am now unless I was who I was then. You understand that? You wouldn't be who you are now. You might think you're all advanced and progressive and now you disdain and reject your roots and think that's stupid, and anybody who believes that is stupid. Why? Why do that? Are you going to kick around your child for believing in Santa when you believed in Santa and maybe taught you how to be generous on Christmas, right? Why would you do that to a kid, right? And it's the same with our doctrinal beliefs. I don't reject them, I transcend them. I rise above and it all comes along with me. It gets subsumed. I like using that word because it means everything's connected, everything's included, everything comes along. And you know what? That's just basic good psychological health, is to get in touch with our shadow, that stuff we might be ashamed of and afraid of, and learn how to integrate it. That doesn't mean we still believe that there's a literal 6-day creation and a literal flood and a literal hell and all that kind of thing. But we don't just throw all that out. We try to understand, what does this mean? What was that attempting to say? What does this mean to me now? What does this mean to the world now when we talk about heaven or hell or God? So that's what I'm trying to say, is we need to transcend that black and white thinking, that either or thinking, that binary thinking, that dualistic thinking, and transcend it to a place of mystery and paradox and holistic and universal and global kind of thinking, where our minds rise above that, in wisdom embrace it all. Here's a question. I've heard somebody, I can't remember who, describe Christianity as their country of birth. That's me. I said that. Logan. I said that. That my home is in Christianity, but I have cottages everywhere. That's me who said that. I also say that Christianity is in my DNA and I can't rip it out. I just can't rip it out. It's part of my DNA. I just have to figure out how to integrate it, right? I think doctrinal roots are good to start, but I think we should grow out of it. Let's use the word beyond, maybe. Not just grow out of it, but grow beyond. So here, this is important. This is so important. Listen to me, please. Linda, listen. Hi, Lancaster. I feel the same. Awesome. We used to think of growth as linear, and we kind of left things behind as we grew. And then we thought of growth in stages. But then, we still leave stuff behind here. We get to a higher stage and we look down on those who are at a lower stage, right? I think of growth in terms of spatial, where I start here and I grow, and then I grow some more, and I grow some more. That means we keep what we were somehow. It's integrated. growth is spatial, not linear, not stage. It's spatial, where we grow and grow and grow. We subsume more, we absorb more, we understand more. In wisdom, we get a vision of all of reality as a whole, and everything else gets subsumed and included somehow. I don't know how, that's up to you. It all gets included, nothing's wasted, right? So, yeah, this is how we grow. Feel like I found my tribe. I don't want to reject anything except that which is harmful. I agree. I want to find the treasure in it all. Yes. Blossom. Blossom, yes. You know what? Talking about blossom or plants. You know, when you plant a seed, let's say corn, you plant a piece of corn, and then, you know, it breaks open under the earth, and then a small yellow shoot, white, yellow, and then a green shoot rises up from the earth. It doesn't look anything like the seed. Now you don't look at the seeds, right? And eventually you get corn on the cob growing like crazy. Now you don't reject the seed and say it looks nothing like what we want. You have to wait, and you don't throw it out. It somehow gets integrated. That little corn seed somehow gets integrated into the plant. It becomes a part of it somehow. You can't go back and retrieve that seed. It's totally changed, not destroyed, but somehow subsumed and integrated into the whole. This is how I look at belief. This is what deconstruction is. Deconstruction is that seed has been planted and something's breaking apart. We think destruction, we think loss, we think grief. Yes, it all feels like that. But it's going to become something better, not better. It's going to be something more and greater. Problem with the evangelical church is it has become tribal. You're in or you're out. These are the barriers that need to be broken. So, yes, and first of all, in our own hearts and minds, I agree. What is God for you? It's the same jealous and angry, yet all loving and almighty God. So, you want to stick with God. You want to stick with the idea of God. So, to me, God is a word. The word God is a word that attempts to describe something that we have never seen and are trying to describe. Maybe some of us have experienced or whatever. And you know, in ancient Judaism and in Orthodox Judaism today, you're not even allowed to say the name. It's so holy you can't even say the name, right? And even in the Old Testament, how did God first reveal himself? I am, just being. I am, just being. So there's all kinds of interesting things around the idea of God, including the word God. The word God is not God, right? So we need to go beyond what is beyond the word and the language and even the ideas. Is there anything there? It's not up for me. That's not up to me to tell you. That's up to you to discover. Mental illness and being gay, transgender, and church have really destroyed my heart. I understand, totally, yes. But can we resurrect your heart? Can we find tenderness again and trust, even if it's one or two people, maybe not in the church, maybe outside the church? Find little places of trust and hope and affirmation and validation. Can you turn down the background music? It's a little hard to hear. I have no music playing. Sorry. Maybe it's yours. Is there music playing somewhere? Hello from Germany. Chicago. Love that concept. Any other questions? I'm just looking back to see if I missed any. That's good. I needed that. Colorado. Hello. India. Wow. Hi, all the way from India. Kiss was back. US. This is so nourishing. Thank you. I'm glad. Brazil again. Yes. Winchester, UK. India again. Wow, cool. I'm just looking to see if there's any other. Scotland. Italy. Cool. More about deconstruction. Yes. Germany. Oh, maybe there's ads playing in the background. Not mine. What was the most difficult aspect of deconstruction for you? Mine took a long time. Mine started in seminary when I was a young man, and it took decades, literally, decades. And so that's what it was. Just the length of it took me so long because I refused to just throw away the Bible and Christianity and belief and theology and just run with, philosophy or Buddhism or, whatever. I somehow, I wanted to wait until everything integrated, and I couldn't see a way out. And it was decades later when finally the integration came and peace of mind came. Seriously, folks, I have complete peace of mind when it comes to all those ideas, total peace of mind. That doesn't say my life is easy all the time and that I don't experience stress, but I'm talking when I'm in reference to these ideas and deconstruction and theology and philosophy and being and reality and all that, total peace of mind. I'm living in peace, and you can too. But you have to transcend this black and white thinking and move and transcend into more paradoxical, mystery, non-dualistic, non-binary thinking to embrace the mystery. Can you forgive someone and not talk to them again? Is that forgiving? Yes, absolutely. I've done it. Forgiving somebody does not mean reconciliation necessarily, right? Like the example I've used before is, listen, I forgive you, but we can't work in the same garden because you swing your hoe so violently it hurts. So, I forgive you, but you play over there, right? Okay, we're kind of going off topic with all kinds of different things, and we can do a Q&A sometime, and I can just field any kind of question. But Pastor, greetings from Peru. We're suffering terrible crisis in our country. Different opinions about protesting against the government. Protest. That's my advice. Speak truth to power. That the church is not only pastoral. We're not only to be pastoral. We're not only to be priestly. Okay? There's a pastoral role where we care for people, take care of others, support them. Priestly, where we intercede for people, intervene for people, we pray for them maybe, or we provide for them, or whatever. But there's also prophetic, and I feel the church often drops the ball when it comes to that. So there's pastoral, priestly, and prophetic. Those are the three roles of the church, and everyone in the church should be adopting those roles as well: pastoral, priestly, prophetic. And this day and age, we need prophetic. As well. Really, we really do. We need prophetic people out there. How do you explain this thinking to family members? You can't. I'm sorry, except when somebody asks me and I can tell they're serious and they say, I don't understand where you're coming from. Can you explain? I'll sit down and explain. And even draw pictures and graphs and everything to try to explain. But if they come online and I can tell in their voice or in real life, and they come and they say, well, who do you think you are? Try to, immediately I'm not going to answer because they're not ready, right? Okay. I went to seminary, and after realization of their indoctrination, I decided to no longer do religion. It's been a difficult transition, but I don't regret any of it. Yeah, good. You do you. You know what? Because like I said, your journey is your journey, and it's one interpretation of reality and your response to it. And mine is mine. This is why the Naked Pastor community has so many different, diverse people in it. From church-going believers to non-church-going believers to agnostics to atheists to Buddhists and rabbis and imams and Muslims, and all kinds of people are a part of this community because they feel that their journey is valid. And I validate your journey, whatever you choose to do. Okay, I didn't want to take this long, but I did. And so we're going to go. And Stay tuned for more. I'll give more lives soon. And sorry if there's any background noise. I don't know where that's coming from. But much love to you all. I think you're amazing. I validate you in your journey. Here's to spiritual independence, my friends. I do love you, and I support you, and I'm here for you. Bye.